What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony here at the Breakout Daily. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Today we have our biggest CGC submission ever and a huge CGC fail and a lot of other cool things in today's video, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so again, thank you for tuning in. I'm Anthony. This is the Breakout Daily. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Today, we actually have 3 orders. We've got this smaller order, another small order, and then a single comic book. In today's video, we're going to highlight the biggest CGC submission I've ever had. In addition to that, we also have one of the biggest fails by CGC in this video as well. And we're going to share with you our Nycc Comic-Con exclusive by Tyler Kirkham that is available. So once this video drops at New York Comic-Con, it is going to be available. It's very limited, and we're going to share that with you. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So again, this is actually 3 CGC orders. There's 2 other parts to this that have not arrived yet. I didn't want to wait any longer. And I've got to address some issues with these orders with CGC. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our biggest CGC submission of all time and so much more. All right, so let's kick it off with this guy right here. This is a pre-screen for Nyccs, and it is all modern. This is and was a very interesting CGC submission all the way around, guys. A lot of issues. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, let's just dive right into it with some comic books, and then we'll go from there. Let me move this little box down here. All right, here we go. Again, Nycc pre-screen on these guys. We're going to kick it off with World War Hulk number 5. This is the first full appearance of Scar. Hulk versus Sentry. Absolute killer of a cover. This book was quite hot during She-Hulk, and it has been actually on and off for quite a while. David Finch cover. Nice little modern Hulk key. What did we get on this guy? Bam. See if you guys can see that. We got a 9.6. Very sharp copy. Very surprised that it was and is a 9.6. Super cool modern key. David Finch killed it with that cover of Hulk versus Sentry. We also know that Sentry has been hot for quite a while. Next one in the shoe. Actually, let me save. Both of these boxes contain issues from CGC, and we're going to talk about those as well. Let me just grab another book. All right, this guy, if you don't know, I've been picking these up left and right. This is the Batman 655. Let me go ahead and take it out. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well. We'll do a little B-roll and show you. This is the Whatnot special exclusive by Tyler Kirkham, the Battle Damage Batman 655 with Damian Wayne on the cover, because 655 is the first cameo, full cameo appearance of Damian Wayne, and that we got a 9.8 on it, and that is the foil brought to you by SMZ and Mellow Fellow. I do dig this cover. Do dig it. I think Tyler Kirkham absolutely killed it. And it goes in the 655 collection, which we have quite a few of those books. Actually, I think we've got all of them. All right, another really, really cool book. Scotty Young's Bullseye number 1. Full black cover. When it comes to these types of books, it is quite difficult to get a high grade in. And what did we get on the Bullseye number 1? Scotty Young variant. Bam! A 9.8 on that guy. And such a cool Scotty Young. In fact, one of my favorites. Bullseye number 1 from 2017. Another really cool book, in my opinion. Let's keep going. Let's do this guy. Batman 638. Take the bag off, and I will be replacing all the bags. This is when Jason Todd's identity is revealed. I actually love the cover. If you guys haven't seen it, the second printing has kind of the opposite there of this. Super cool book. Jason Todd's reveals his identity as Red Hood. What did we get on this guy? Bam. A 9.8 on that guy as well. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So again, unfortunately, we did have issues with CGC this time, and we're going to talk through those details. In between the boxes, I'm going to show you guys the Comic-Con exclusive. This is Amazing Spider-Man 572, Anti-Venom, Freak, a lot of stuff going on in the series at this point. David Finch cover, John Romita Jr. and Claus Johnson art. Freaking wicked freaking cover by David Finch of Bullseye as well. Fortunately, we got a 9.6 on that guy. Little theme there with some good old Bullseye. All right, this is out of a dealer's pack. I bought a local, I got locally. This is a really cool New Mutants 99. I think this is an undervalued key in my opinion. First appearance of Feral, Sunspot leaves. First appearance of Shatterstar and Cameo on the last page. X-Men 138 cover, homage, Rob Liefeld cover and art. White cover, and it is from 1991. What did we get on this guy? Bam, a 9.8. Beautiful copy of this book. Rob Liefeld doing it well on this one, doing it well. All right, let's keep it going. And I know that some of these may be hard to see. That's why we're going to drop in some B-roll if it's not there already. All right, Booster Gold facsimile. This is from San Diego Comic-Con. We picked this up. We'll have to B-roll it. It's hard to see. This is the silver screen variant limited to 1,000 copies. Bam, we got a 9.8 on that guy as well. These were really cool because DC dropped a bunch of these silver screen exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con. I thought that was really cool. All right, I'm going through this in a specific order because I want to address some of the issues. The next one is Superman, Man of Steel 18. You guys know and love this book, Dan Jurgens' goodness. That's right. This is the first full appearance of Doomsday, classic book from 1992. I remember when this came out. And then obviously we get the death of Superman as well during that era. What do we get? A 9.6. Again, this is such a nice copy. I'm not sure where it went wrong, but a 9.6 is a 9.6. And still a beautiful copy of the first full appearance of Doomsday. All right, so what are we down to? What else do we got in this? Okay, one more regular, and then we have the couple of issues. Batman 666. This has been a hot book for quite a while. First, Damian Wayne as Batman, and then first appearance of Professor Pig, Laszlo Valentine. What did we get on this? Bam, 9.6. This is from 2007. Cover art by Andy Kubert. A great modern Batman key. And there's a lot littered in the Batman run in this era of Batman. To include the Batman and Robin series, of course, 655. There's just a lot going on in the story. All right, so now we got two books. Let's start with this one. 9.6 pre-screen is what this was supposed to be. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and I sent this in the poly bag. And what did we get? A 9.4. So we got a 9.4 on a 9.6 pre-screen. Bit of an issue. There is a minor ding in the corner. I'm not sure where that came from. You probably won't be able to see it. This is a super cool, kind of worn cover of World's Finest Teen Titans #1. This was another DC exclusive from San Diego Comic-Con. It does have a corner ding. They were not supposed to grade this. I don't know where the corner ding came from, but nonetheless, they did. I did get a hold of CGC on this. Let me put this back in. I will probably actually crack this and then see if I can press out the corner ding. It is, I think I might be able to press it. It's not color breaking. Looks like someone dropped it on its corner. All right, one more out of this box. We're going to talk about the New York Comic Con exclusive that if you guys jump onto our Whatnot streams, you can grab a copy. Very limited. All right, the last one, Batman the Killing Joke from 1988. This is a gorgeous copy as well. I'm not sure what happened on this one. 9.6 pre-screen, another 9.4. This is easily a resubmit. I am not sure what's going on with this. Absolute gorgeous copy of the classic tale, The Killing Joke from 1988. Alan Moore story. This one is an easy crack and resubmit, in my opinion. Absolute badass book. So, all right, that's it for the first box. Let me grab the second box. But we're going to talk real quickly about the New York Comic Con exclusive that Hell Destroyer Comics and I put together. Hell Destroyers at NYCC at the booth. The comic is available there if you are watching this the day it drops at the Bird City and Hive Comics booth, 3823 in New York City. So this is a legit New York Comic Con. I was not able to make it, so it's actually pretty cool because Hell Destroyer Comics is at NYCC. I'm here in Alaska, and we're trying to sell our first exclusive. We think it's badass. We hope you guys do as well. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. This is Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer issue number 15, art done by Tyler Kirkham. This is the trade dress. Beautiful book. Very limited. This is limited to 300 copies. We also went all the way in, clear backer board from Clear Collectors. We also have some of the numbered cards available with some of these books as well. So that is limited to 300 copies. And then we have 200 copies on the absolutely incredible Virgin copy as well. This is Tyler Kirkham's first and only Death Dealer. He was super excited to do this simply because he's been a fan of Frank Frazetta, like most of us have been for our whole lives, and he got the opportunity to an iconic character after an iconic artist. So guys, this is available during at least the drop of this video, I believe. Very limited supply, so if you are interested in these, jump on our Whatnot page. We will be dropping these Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. They may be sold out, I don't know, during the shooting of this, but I highly recommend picking these up. Death Dealer 15, freaking absolute gorgeous cover, and I'm telling you, it looks better in person. So we've got these available right now. Let's dive into the next box. Anyways, we're super excited to work with Tyler and a lot of other things. We're going to dive into some of the details of doing an exclusive. And to be crystal clear, because this is a comment I've seen many times over, the cover price is $4 on that comic. It costs more than $4. That is just standard issuing. The artist costs, depending on what artist it is, it costs thousands of dollars. And a lot of other pieces and parts. The book is not $4. I wish it was $4 and we could sell it that way. Okay, so we talked about the 9.4 pre-screen. So that's a part of the issues that I just encountered with CGC. This next part is even more epic of a fail. And then we have our biggest CGC win, hands down. Custom label batch I sent in. We have the Aspen Comics, Michael Turner, Spider-Man 2, issue number 1. Right there. Gorgeous book by Michael Turner. Got the Spider-Man logo going on. Bam, we got a 9.8 on that guy. Super cool. I think it looks great. And I think it came out very nice. But now, let's get into the epic fail part of CGC. And this is very unfortunate because I have these plus others. I was putting together a very large Invincible show for one of my Whatnot streams. Now I'm going to have to postpone it a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So next one is the Invincible Skybound X. This is the SDCC exclusive. Greg Capullo cover. You had to go to Skybound. You had to get a little card thing, and then you had to run around and do all these activities, and then you had to go back and hope that they had copies of this. This thing moved very fast, a very limited book, available at San Diego Comic-Con. What do we get on this? Bam, a 9.8. Now, what is the problem with this book? It's very simple. This book is not signed, and that's what this is identifying. It's like it was signed, and then I sent it in signed, unwitnessed. They gave it a qualified sign label. It is not signed. This will be going back. I did talk to CGC about this and the other books I'm about to show you. They are complimentary, taking them back. The pre-screens, I forgot to mention, they went ahead and are crediting my account because they weren't supposed to pre-screen them. I emailed them about this and that issue as well. And they went ahead and refunded me for the pre-screens. And then they're really not doing anything on this except for giving me the correct label. It's pretty ridiculous. This is the Invincible #2 Whatnot exclusive. Tyler Kirkham Battle Damage of Adam Eve, limited to 500 copies. Bam, 9.8, same label. So that's #2. It is not signed. Therefore, it is not a qualified signature. So again, they did acknowledge this. They responded fairly quick. We are going to get it taken care of. However, it's going to take some time. And that is the unfortunate part. Another Whatnot exclusive. This is the Battle Damage Omni-Man. 9.8 on that, limited 500 copies. Another qualified label. What's supposed to be on these is the Skybound X, Mark Grayson, Invincible custom label. 2 more to go, and then we're going to show you the biggest, by far, CGC submission I've ever had. Invincible #1, that's the Color Splash, limited to, I think this is limited to 1,000 copies, 750 copies. Bam, another 9.8. Another qualified label. This will actually be going out today to go back to CGC to get that corrected. And then the last thing, the last one is, you guessed it, another Invincible. This is the Invincible #11. I believe this reprints the Omni-Man Origin. Cover number, what is it, Treadmore? Yep, Treadmore cover. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, 1-day drop from Skybound X. And bam, another 9.8, another qualified label. Unfortunately, like in this instance, and many others that I've encountered, this was the biggest fail I've ever had collectively across one order. While these are separate orders, they were all submitted within the same order. Every tier, they'll ship you a different box. If you didn't know, these were custom labels. So this was a part of my bigger order. These were all the custom labels that I did for this specific order. The other was the Nycc pre-screen, and then I had some older books, and then which are not here yet, and a bunch of other stuff. So these will be going back to CGC. Now, let's go to the biggest CGC submission I've ever had, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because while we had all of these issues, we also had one of the coolest and biggest CGC submissions I've ever had. Now, keep in mind, I just sent in Marvel Spotlight 5, Moon Knight 33s, all coming back in very nice grades. I've sent in a lot of really big books through time, but by far, this is the biggest CGC submission and grade return I've ever had, period. Nothing even contests. In fact, I opened this box, threw it in the safe, and haven't looked at it since, but here it is right here. This is, and I believe I talked about this, this is the Tomb of Dracula 10. I bought this from a guy on Instagram. That's the first question I always get is, who'd you buy it from? I bought this beautiful copy from a guy on Instagram. I will need to ask him if it's okay if I share his Instagram. I have not done that, but nonetheless, I bought it from him. Came in, it was a gorgeous copy. We talked, he sent me photos. Beautiful book. There was some minor stuff going on with the book when I received it. Now, funny thing is, when I bought this from the guy, it got lost in the mail. It was like it never appeared. Him and I were sweating bullets because it wasn't a cheap book. This is a very, very nice copy of this book. Let me block the back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. White pager. I got it in anyways. It was like a day or two late. It showed up, and then even the tracking still didn't show any updates for like a day or something. Very strange. Tomb of Dracula 10. If you're not familiar with this book, this is from 1973, Marvel Comics. First appearance of Blade, baby. So get the book in. I go over the book. I did a very light clean. It did not need much. It did need some cleaning, though. The back had a little bit of love on it. I cleaned and pressed it, and it came out gorgeous. Now, I did send this to CGC. What I do with bigger books, or books that I think are going to elevate to that higher level, I clean and press them, and then I send them to CGC to clean and press them, just in case I miss anything in shipping twists up the book or binds it or anything weird. This was one of the cases. This was after reviewing the book. I was praying for a 9.4 or a 9.6. And let's see what we got on this Tomb of Dracula 10 first appearance of Blade. My friends, we got a 9.8 first appearance of Blade, Tomb of Dracula 10, white pager, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book. And I just can't say enough in how taken away I was. I will say this. I got an email in the middle of the night for some reason from CGC saying, hey, we are going to end up upcharging you significantly on your grading fees for this book. And that was one of the indicators that I had, like, oh shit, this is not a 9.4. I then ran the numbers on what they were saying I owed them, or they are having me pay. And it was significantly higher than what the original 9.4, 9.6 projection was. And then I was blown away. Now, one thing to know about this, if this ever happens to you, I didn't know this. And it also was kind of a fumble. The next morning, before the book showed grade and before it shipped, I called CGC because I wanted to verify, hey, you guys are charging me $1,000+ to grade this book. What is going on? And upon my call, you know, I had to get put on hold, this, that, and the other. But I ended up talking to one of the CGC representatives. They said, hey, let me get with my manager. They came back with me and gave me the value, the estimated value of the book, and said, that's how we came up with the price. Then essentially telling me it's a 9.8. Overly excited, blown away. However, I then asked, hey, I want to upgrade the shipping. I don't want to do FedEx ground. I want to do FedEx overnight. I will pay it. No problems. Can I do that? I was stopped by, hey, a book at that value, we automatically overnight. Don't worry about anything. In fact, once I get off the phone with you, I'm going to go to shipping. And I'm going to make sure that they do it for you. Said, great. Thank you very much, because I didn't want to get stuck in shipping from Sarasota, Florida to Alaska. I've had books get turned around and so forth and so on. That did not happen. Within about 3 hours, I got busy with my day job. I checked the status. It shipped ground. I email them immediately, and they email me back saying, yeah, it shipped ground. Like I'm an idiot. And I'm like, well, I just talked to someone. They told me this, that, and the other. And they're like, yeah, sorry. And so it actually did get, it went off the map during FedEx. I was sweating bullets for about 3 days. No status updates. Meanwhile, I had another CGC order trucking along. Actually, it was the Invincible CGC was trucking along, ends up passing it as far as distance goes, and then shows up. And then finally the Tomb of Dracula 10 shows up. Guys, that's what we have for you today. I can't tell you how excited I am for the Tomb 10. I got to send some books back to CGC. We do have our New York Comic Con exclusive available. Tyler Kirkham's first and only Death Dealer at this time, which we're super proud to bring to you guys. It is a real comic. It is the last issue in that season or series of that book. Death Dealer is not done. They have a whole nother series coming, but it's the last book to that series. And then they're starting same character, same everything, if I'm not mistaken, and then continuing different series of the run. Check that out over on our Whatnot page. Or if you're at NYCC, Bird City Comics, Hive Comics booth, Hell Destroyer will be there on and off. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit subscribe, like the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.